एक सेकंड, जैसे तुम्हें लामे मैंने दो स्लाइड भेजी हैं, उन स्लाइड को शेयर करना तुम।
अच्छा व्हाट्सएप पे भेजिए सर, 1 मिनट बस।
नहीं मैं असल में देखो, अच्छा मैं खुद करता हूँ, एक सेकंड रुक जाओ, मैं शेयर करने की कोशिश करता हूँ यहीं से, लेकिन वो दो एक साथ नहीं हो सकते ना।
नहीं मैं स्टॉप कर दे रहा हूँ।
हाँ जरा स्टॉप करें, अंदाजा हो जाएगा।
ठीक।
अच्छा अब जमाल साहब ने स्टॉप कर दिया, मैं प्रेजेंट करता हूँ, देखिए। लेकिन इसमें तो यार विंडो, मतलब ये नहीं आ रहा कि एक वो टैब शेयर करना। विंडो शेयर आ रहा है।
ये सर ओनली विंडो आ रहा है, तो आप विंडो
नहीं,
सेलेक्ट करके
विंडो
अपना टैब खोल
आ
सकते हैं।
जाएगा। देखिए अब आया कुछ, अब शीट दिखाई दी। अब दिखाई दे रही है आपको ये शीट?
यस सर।
जी सर आ रही है सर।
अच्छा बस ठीक है, तो मैं भी इसको वो डिलीट वो कर देता हूँ, इसको खत्म कर देता हूँ, स्टॉप शेयरिंग। तो ये हमने अब ये खत्म हो गया होगा ना, ठीक है ना?
जी सर।
हाँ तो बस ठीक है, अब वी आर कंफर्टेबल। अब लड़के ज्वाइन कर लें तो फिर शुरू करें।
आई थिंक देयर आर ऑलरेडी 68 attendees.
कितने? 58 है। हाँ 53 है, 53 प्लस आ रहा है ये।
अच्छा
ये सही कह रहे हैं आप, 53 आ रहा है, लेकिन इसका जो है 56 हो गए। बट if we wish to check more options मिलेंगे कहीं।
if you say then we can start.
नहीं थोड़ा सा रुक जाओ।
Okay sure.
इसमें ना वो, अच्छा इसमें चैट बॉक्स भी तो होगा ना?
It's not working. Chat box is not working.
चैट बॉक्स हमारे तो उसमें दिखा, अच्छा ये मेरे ख्याल से ये है
आ रहा है लेकिन वर्क नहीं कर रहा है,
काम नहीं कर रहा। ये है ना चैट बॉक्स जो हैंड रेस के बराबर में है राइट में, ये तो व्हाट्सएप है शायद।
जी सर, वही व्हाट चैट बॉक्स ही होता है इसका, लेकिन वो वर्क नहीं कर रहा है इस वक्त।
अच्छा शायद पेमेंट नहीं किया हो हम लोगों ने, आधा किया हो। हाँ ऐसे ही लगता है। इस वक्त हम जो है कहाँ पर हैं? एंटर फुल स्क्रीन, शो ऑल डिटेल। शो ऑल डिटेल्स में क्या आएगा? अच्छा क्लिक हियर टू ज्वाइन द मीटिंग, ये छोड़ दीजिए। कॉल डिटेल्स ये भी छोड़ दीजिए। इसमें ये जो है ना, अच्छा हाँ ये डिसेबल्ड है, जो चैट इन चैनल मीटिंग इज ओनली अवेलेबल टू टीम मेंबर्स, ये लिखा हुआ है। तो टीम मेंबर्स तो हैं हम लोग। हाँ गेस्ट लॉगिन है।
गेस्ट लॉगिन के लिए नहीं होती,
तो
टीम मेंबर्स जो होते हैं ना, इनके पास क्लियर इनवाइट होता है, मतलब
तो इनवाइट तो हमारे पास भी है।
आपके इसका अकाउंट है तो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आप
नहीं अकाउंट
से लॉगिन करेंगे ना।
अच्छा उससे करेंगे तब।
अगर हम माइक्रोसॉफ्ट की उससे लॉगिन करेंगे तो फिर आप वो दिखाएंगे, क्योंकि इस वक्त आप गेस्ट हैं, आप मेरे ख्याल में जीमेल की आईडी से लॉग करेंगे।
नहीं मैं इस वक्त हूँ वहाँ, पता नहीं किससे। चलो कोई है नहीं, वो तो कोई ना कोई ऑफिस में रिकॉर्ड कर ही रहा है, फिर क्या जरूरत है। हम सब तो मेरे ख्याल से इसमें गेस्ट से हैं। नहीं वो चेंज करने में फिर ये मीटिंग वो हो जाएगी डिसेबल, कोई फायदा नहीं, तो दोबारा से करेंगे। वो तो नजर यहाँ आ रहा है 80 हो गए। चलो छोड़ो। नहीं हाँ 9:30 बजे है, कर लो तुम ज्वाइन कर लो। 9:30 से शुरू हो गया, सारे टीचर्स आ गए।
Can we start?
हाँ मेरे ख्याल में 99 लोग हो गए हैं अब तो करें
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
It's a bright sunny day, and we have recently admitted a new batch of MBA students, MBA International Business, MBA Islamic Banking Finance, and MBA in Hospital Administration. So keeping up with the tradition, we always have an orientation program to familiarize the students with the culture, with the activities, with the norms, traditions, what are the facilities which the department offers, and what are the expectations of the department from the students. That is what the orientation program is all about. And keeping in the traditions of our university, I would request Mohammed Aman to recite a few verses from the Holy Quran to mark the beginning of this orientation program. Atif, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge in Allah from the shaitan. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Read in the name of your Lord who has created. خلق الإنسان من علق. Created the man from a clot. اقرأ فربك الأكرم. Read, and your Lord is the most generous. الذي علم بالقلم. Who taught knowledge by the pen. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. Taught the man which he knew not. صدق الله العظيم.
Sadaqallahu Azim. Jazakallah khair, Atif. Thank you so much for the holy verses that you have recited. As a formal welcome address, may I now request Professor Salma Ahmed, the Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Research, to give her welcome to the newly admitted batch.
Thank you, Asad. It's my pleasure to welcome the students of MBA Core, MBA International Business, MBA Islamic Banking and Finance, and also MBA Hospital Administration to the Faculty of Management Studies and Research. You are indeed blessed to be an integral part of this family. Students, you are beginning yet another chapter of your life. These 2 years that you the time that you invest here, they are the formative years and will determine what you're able to achieve in life, what direction your life takes. This department provides you with a holistic environment for academics as well as extracurricular activities. Immerse yourself in both academics and also in extracurricular activities, because that will expose you, that will develop a team spirit, foster team spirit amongst you. It will enable you to sometimes let down your ego, learn to be accommodative to others' ideas, developmental soft skills, and many others. You are here today because you dreamed to be an MBA one day. And today, each one of you hold a dream. Some of you must have publicly shared and discussed with your friends, but for some, there are little secrets deep-rooted in your hearts. Students, 2 rules about dreams I'd like to share with you. Rule number 1, no dream is so big that you cannot achieve it. And rule 2, which is more important, no dreamer is so small that he doesn't have the ability to pursue it. Be a dreamer always. We have the story of a paper boy rising to become a space scientist, a rocket engineer, a missile expert, and eventually the President of India. He is no other than APJ Abdul Kalam. He has given us all hope that hard work does pay in the long run, and it will determine what you are tomorrow and where you are tomorrow. In this faculty, believe me, the staff and teachers, teacher, parent, mentor, call them by any name, they are a pillar of strength for you. They create a conducive environment, a very supportive environment, and an inspiring environment which will enable you to dream big and also see your dreams come true. Someone has rightly said, the world belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. But students, you have to work hard. Work hard to see your dreams come true. Work hard for the love of labor. Work hard so that somebody somewhere who has lost hopes is motivated to try once again. But if your dreams take time to unfurl, do not despair, have patience. To put in the words of the American poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, I quote from the Psalm of Life. Lives of great men all remind us that we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints, only sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing over life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing may take heart again. Then let us be up and doing, with a heart for any fate. Keep achieving, keep pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm and encouraging words. I mean, you have given a recipe of success to the students that they have to dream it big and make it big through sheer hard work. And this department is all about providing the facilities, every possible facility that we can extend to them, so that they can make it big. They can actually turn their dreams into realities. With these words, I would now request Professor Javed Akhtar Saab to shed some light over the on the history and the vision of the department, how this department started and how it has now assumed the present dimensions, and what is the future direction of this department. So Professor Javed Akhtar Saab, please.
Thank you, Asad. I wish to share a screen just with 2 slides. So I think for that someone has to perhaps okay, let me just start. Let me just check if I can share a window. Just 1 second. This is getting along. Okay, it's here. Can the participants see this window? This is PowerPoint. This presentation, history of the department.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear colleagues and dear students, once again, welcome to this department. Although I'll be addressing you for the 25th time now, but it's a different occasion altogether. I have been asked to tell you history of the department in brief. So history of department when it comes to management education, it was there in the year 1960. A diploma in business administration was started. Then it continues for say about 9 years. Then in 1969, when banks were nationalized, the Department of Commerce in those time thought that there will be vacancies in banks, and therefore they started a diploma called Diploma in Bank Administration. So diploma in business administration in a sense was converted to diploma in bank administration. It continued for some time. And then in 1971, part-time MBA was started. But all that was started in a department, which is our parent department, that is Department of Commerce. It was part of Department of Commerce. Then 1973, first batch of MBA passed out with 30 seats. In 1976, these seats were increased to 50, and in 1991, seats were raised to 60. They are still 60 as on date in MBA. Then in 1996, our department, a separate faculty was created. So our Department of Business Administration, which was earlier part of Department of Commerce, now we had faculty of business and faculty of management. Later its name was changed to Faculty of Management Studies and Research. But in 1996, this faculty was created. Our teacher, in fact, teacher of most of us, Professor Najmul Hasan Saab, played the key role in the establishment of faculty. But before he could be designated as a dean, it was just not possible for some reasons. And then Professor S. M. Uzair took over as a first dean of the Faculty of Management. I'll come to that a bit later, who else have also served as dean. Then in 1996, in the same year, this course, MIBM, Master of International Business Management, was started. Initially, this course was given to the Department of Law, which they somehow gave it to Department of Commerce, and again, it was given to our department. In 1996, this course of MIBA, which is these days is known as MBA in International Business, was started. In 1997, department started two more courses, PG Diploma in Marketing Management and PG Diploma in Personnel Management. These two courses continued for quite some time, say almost 25 years. But in 2018, these courses, which used to be offered in the evening, were closed. The department has been offering teaching as well as research facilities. So research facilities were there since the establishment of the department. But in 1999, our department entered into a collaboration with All India Management Association. It is also quite old and famous organization, established somewhere in 1964. In collaboration with this department, with this IMA department, started offering a PhD course, earlier used to be known as DBA, Doctorate in Business Administration, in collaboration with IMA. So it is specifically meant for those who are working in industry at senior level, so they can enroll for PhD in a blended mode. They have to attend certain classes, attend some seminars, come to department, write certain papers. This is a long process. So a PhD is specifically meant for the industry people was started in the year 1999. In 2009, our department started again diploma level course, this Islamic Banking and Finance, which in 2019 was converted to master's course, and again a master's course MHA was started in the same year, that is in 2019. So these are the courses with which we are operating as on date. 6 of these courses plus PhD in this mode and in a distance mode. In addition to 60 more seats are offered in each of those AMU centers, like Malappuram centers, Murshidabad centers, and Kishanganj center. In these 3 centers also, 60 seats in MBA, Master of Business Administration, are there. Then in terms of locations of the department, when the classes of business administration were conducted in early days, these were located in SS Hall. If those people who have been in this university for quite some time, when they go to stadium or they go to Proctor's office, it is somewhere closer to Old Boys Lodge. In that wing of SS Hall, there were few rooms in which classes of MBA were conducted. Later on in 1976, these were shifted to a full-fledged department, wherein we operated for 30-40 years, maybe around 40 years or more. It was closer to New Hall, which is known as actually Sir Ziauddin Hall. When you go towards Minto Circle, on your right side you find Sir Ziauddin Hall. When you move along a little bit, on your left side you will find electricity department, and then a building in which we were housed from 1976 to 2017. In 2017, we moved in this building, in which you would have appeared in your GD and PI. A few words are necessary about the history of this building also. It was somewhere in 2008 when the then Vice Chancellor, Professor P.K. Abdul Aziz, organized a World Alumni Summit, wherein people from all over the world different alumni from all over the world participated in that alumni summit. And one of our alumnus, Mr. Amir Ahmad, who passed out in 1973, he was also one of the participants there. So he announced it, okay, now there's the time to give back. We have studied in this department and the building is not in a good shape. So we wish to have a new building for the department through the contribution from alumni. So he then and there announced a seed money of ₹1 crore. And then he said that we will start raising money. So people have started donating enough of money. With that seed capital donated by Amir Bhai as ₹1 crore, a lot of people, contributed, but major contribution came from this Frank Islam Sahab. You might be seeing his photographs and his wife's pictures all over in our campus, this new management complex. So he donated something worth 12 crores of rupees. In addition to these two large donations, there have been contribution from several of alumni, including teachers of your department. Somebody from the alumni contributed 10 lakhs, somebody 5 lakhs, whatever people could contribute, they contributed, and you see this building in this shape because of the contribution of those many people and the initiation that Amir Bhai took. Then coming to teachers of the department, you see 19 teachers as on there in the department. But prior to this, there have been teachers who have served in this department in various capacities. Professor Hafizuddin Sahab, who recently expired after playing 98 innings of his life, a very, very lovely person, very jolly person. So he was the founder, no, not founder dean, he was the founding chairman of the department. And he served the department for maybe decades. Then our late teacher, Professor Najmul Hasan Sahab, also served there as the chairman of the department. S.M. Uzair Sahab, teacher, in fact, of all of us, all those senior teachers who are right now attending the program, these people have been our teachers. Hafizuddin Sahab, Najmul Hasan Sahab, Sayyid Muhammad Uzair Sahab, these three are no more. Allah unki maghfirat farmaye. Then Professor Azhar Kazmi Sahab also served here. Right now he is serving in Saudi Arabia. Perhaps he has come back now. He served in Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, and various places. Professor Kaleem Muhammad Khan Sahab, our teacher, recently retired about 3 years ago. And the last one to retire was Professor Khalid Azam Sahab. In fact, the history of department used to be shared by Khalid Sahab only. He knows all about Aligarh, and especially about the department. He can speak for hours and hours. So since Khalid Sahab has retired, so this task has been assigned to me. Achha, because the department was very small in the earlier days, so the department used to get teachers from other departments as well. Even in my student days, between 79 and 81, there were hardly 3-4 permanent faculty members of the department. So we used to hire people from other departments, say from to teach courses like operations and production management. Professor Jamshed Munir Sahab, a very, very senior professor from the faculty of engineering, department of mechanical engineering, used to come. Professor Farooq Sahab has taught from commerce department. Professor Ishrat Hussain Farooqi Sahab, for some time, maybe for a brief period of about 6 to 9 months. Mr. Javed Usmani, who was IAS topper of 78 batch, so he also served in the department for some time. Then Dr. Asif Halim Sahab, Jamil Hasan Sahab, Masood Ali Mirza Sahab, Nishat Faisal Sahab also taught in this department for some time. These days he is working in Qatar. Then there were other people like Hina Shabbi, Tazeen Fatima, Zilur Rahman Sahab, who is working these days in IIT Roorkee Management Department. And there were many more whom I just cannot name for want of time. So these were the people who taught in the department as guest teachers. And the previous deans of the department, dean as well as the chairman, were Professor Sayyid Muhammad Uzair Sahab, Azhar Kazmi Sahab, Kaleem Muhammad Khan Sahab. I have also served for some time. Then Muhammad Khalid Azam Sahab, Israr Sahab, Parvez Talib Sahab, Wali Sahab, Jamal Sahab, and now currently Salma is heading the department as a dean. All these people whose names I have mentioned, they have served the department as a teacher, as a dean, as faculty members. Department earlier used to be known not only for our teaching and academic only, but also for various curricular activities that we used to organize. It was known, in fact, by those names. So there used to be a function called managerium that we used to organize in the university, and several times we have organized outside the university also, especially in Delhi. In various good locations, these functions were organized. And ASAS was also very known function for the department. FATE was also very known extracurricular activities of the department. In addition to these, I have just compiled certain statistics up to 2020 September only. So the students who passed out from the department were 4,870, including MBA, MIBM, diploma courses. So up to from 1976 till date, these were the number of students, and close to 400 plus PhDs were awarded. And currently enrolled students in the department in all these 4 courses, 16 MBA and 20 each in MIBM, MHA and Islamic banking. So 120 plus more than 100 research scholars are there. So your department has 19 teachers as on board and 19 support staff. In addition to these, your department has also played important role in providing corporate services to the university. Almost all faculty members of the department have extended their services in all capacities, be it a warden of any hall, provost, assistant proctor, deputy proctor, or you can say DSW, all the administrative positions, including controller of examinations and registrar. I mean, all those compartments of academic, corporate life of the university, the teachers of your department have significantly contributed. I think this much I could recall about the history of department, and if there is any aspect that I might have left, there are senior teachers attending this program, they can add. I think it is over. Asad, you can pass it on to the next one. I'll stop presenting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us an overview of the evolution of the department, how it has evolved over a period of time, keeping in mind the demands of the market, and also about you have also given us information about the teachers who are there with us and who have been the founding fathers of this department. So may I now request Professor Jamal Ahmed Farooqi Sahab, the chairman of the department, to formally introduce the faculty members, the human resource of this department, to the newly inducted batch of the budding managers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Asad. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So, good morning. Professor Salma Ahmed, the Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Research, my dear colleagues and students. I have been asked to introduce faculty members and support staff of the department. Before I come to that, I would like to congratulate you all students for your selection in this prestigious MBA program. I should also tell that this orientation program is basically a roadmap for you as to how you should orient yourself, first as a management graduate and later as a management professional. My colleagues will tell you about various resources and facilities which the department provides for your studies and overall personality development. As you know, your teachers are the most important and vital resource for this purpose. Hello. Some more microphones are on, I think. It's okay now. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Can.
What I was telling that your teachers are the most important and vital resource for your study as well as personality development. If we come to that, your teachers have come from various streams, including commerce, science, arts, social science, and engineering. They have earned their PhDs in different domains of management, and we have a wide span of experience among the faculty members from, I should say, below 5 years to over 35 years. I would like to introduce them according to their expertise. My introduction will be in brief because we have limited time. For their detailed profiles, you may visit the web page of the department and the individual web pages of our teachers, our colleagues. I would like to share the screen also, just to, because we are operating in virtual mode and we are not physically present in a hall as we used to be for this orientation program. I would like to show the pictures and at the same time will introduce them. Is my screen visible?
No, sir.
Not yet.
Not
yet, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, just wait. Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you see these two pictures?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what I was telling, that we have a wide span of teaching experience with us, below 5 years to over 35 years. One you can see is among those who have recently joined, and one on the left is one who has recently retired. I've heard someone saying that about the quality of photographs these days, कि ये फोटोग्राफ्स मैंने वेबसाइट से लिए हैं डिपार्टमेंट के, तो किसी ने कहा कि किसी कोई इतना खूबसूरत नहीं हो सकता जितना वो फेसबुक पर दिखता है, और किसी की शक्ल इतनी बदसूरत भी नहीं हो सकती जितना वो आधार कार्ड में दिखता है। तो मैंने बीच में कुछ ये पिक्चर लेने की कोशिश करी है। तो आई विल इंट्रोड्यूस देम according to the specialization. In finance and accounting, we have Professor Javed Akhtar, who was just addressing you, who has not only vast experience in teaching and industry, but also has served as a registrar and controller of examination at AMU. Professor Javed Akhtar has also been the chairperson of the department and Dean Faculty of Management Studies and Research. Then we have Professor Walid Amin Ansari, who interacts with you in managerial economics classes, and then in your final year, if you opt for finance specialization. Professor Ansari has significant role in designing the curriculum of IBF, Islamic Banking and Finance. He has been the editor of Islamic Economic New Bulletin for quite some time, and he has also served as the chairperson of the department and Dean Faculty of Management Studies and Research. Dr. Tariq Aziz, a young colleague in this area, has been a recipient of JRF and has also won Best Research Paper Awards at 2 different national conferences. He will also be taking up the courses in the area of finance and accounting. We now move to human resources. Professor Misrarul Haq is one of the senior most faculty members, specialized in HR area. He has headed both the department as well as faculty, and Professor Haq was the founder chairperson of the management department at Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. So he was the person who has started this management education formally at Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. Professor Fiza Tabassum Azmi also looks after the courses in HR area. Recently, he has published a book on SHRM, Strategic Human Resource Management, and Professor Fiza also contributes as editorial member of several journals of repute. We now move to general management area. So for the benefit of students, I should tell that general management covers various courses like communication, business strategy, entrepreneurship, law and ethics, skill development, and design thinking, etc. In this area, we have Professor Parvez Talib, former chairperson of the department and also dean of this faculty. He has also served as director, coaching and guidance center in our university, and is a regular resource person for various personality development programs. And Javed was telling about this new management complex. So one of his major contributions for this department, I'm talking about Professor Talib, is his role as OSD of the new management complex project. Next, you can see Professor Aisha Farooq. Apart from her academic expertise in organizational behavior and strategy, is actively involved in women empowerment related projects, and she also contributes as a member of Alumni Affairs Committee of the university. Professor Subuhi Naseem has academic interests in subjects like strategy, change management, and e-commerce. Professor Subuhi, an alumnus of IIT Delhi, also contributes to the editorial task of several international journals. We also have Professor Dr. Afaq Khan, who has teaching and research interest in subjects like international business, business law and ethics, and international and other courses of international business. Dr. Afaq has also served the university as member in charge Land and Garden. Among the younger colleagues, we have Dr. Ahmed Faraz Khan in this general management area, who has recently joined us and has developed himself in the upcoming areas like startups, critical thinking, and social entrepreneurship. Dr. Faraz is also a member of the University Innovation Council. Dr. Zareen Farooq is among the youngest faculty members. She is associated with courses like organizational behavior, leadership, and business communication. Switching over to marketing, we have Professor Naved Khan, Professor Bilal, Professor Dr. Asad Rahman, and Dr. Asif Ali Sayyed. Professor Naved, apart from his academics in the marketing area, is actively involved in the university's corporate affairs. Professor Naved is a member of academic program committee and also the coordinator of committee for ranking. He has also been UGC adjunct faculty at the Central University of Jammu. Professor Bilal Mustafa Khan, with his research and teaching in marketing subjects, has served as visiting faculty to the Asia Institute of Technology in Bangkok. He has also contributed significantly in university's administrative affairs. Professor Bilal has recently completed his tenure as MIC University Guest House. Dr. Asad Rahman, with the diverse experience of teaching at Jamia Hamdard in India and Dhofar University in Oman, contributes not only in marketing area, but also looks after courses in Islamic banking and finance. Dr. Asif Ali Sayyed, with academic interest in marketing subjects, also has shown his worth in areas like small business entrepreneurship and export-import process and documentation. Dr. Asif has participated in the Digital India Initiative project. He also visits as faculty the institutes like NCH, MCT in Noida, and IHM in Srinagar. Coming to another group of teachers who take care of these operations information management related papers like quantitative methods, TQM, supply chain management, operations management, big data, etc. Among us, we have the Dean, Faculty of Management Studies, Professor Salma Ahmed. She has been instrumental in designing this MBA Hospital Administration program. Her special interest lies in case writing and analysis. She has also authored a book on this subject. Professor Salma has conducted programs on business simulation and case writing. Presently, she is also the member in charge, Dawakhana Tibbiya College. I also belong to this operations area, and my subjects for teaching and research include TQM, supply chain management, and quantitative methods. Then we have Dr. Asif Akhtar, with diverse academic background, looks after courses in operations area as well as courses related to Islamic banking and finance with his PhD in Islamic banking. Dr. Asif has also played very important role in offering the IBF program, International Business and Finance. His contribution as members of IQAC and Committee for Ranking has been appreciated by the university. Dr. Lame bin Sabir, another new talent in the team, supports the department in offering courses in MBA, hospital administration, operations management, and big data. He has completed a professional certificate in data science and big data, which was organized by IMT, Ghaziabad, and he is also a recipient of Maulana Azad National Fellowship. So, apart from this, we are taking help from our other faculty members from the Department of Foreign Language, Arabic, Commerce, Community Medicine, Department of Architecture at Jamia Millia Islamia, because we have recently launched these two programs, MBA Hospital Administration and MBA in Islamic Banking and Finance. So, to provide the required expertise, we need to take help from different departments as well. And we have been taking teachers from other departments in the past also. Before I finish, I would also like to introduce you to the support staff. Let me share another screen. Can you see this screen, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, see.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, sir.
So this is our support staff. As you know that apart from teaching, the entire activities which are related with different offices of the university and outside, we need full support of these colleagues who are working under different offices of the faculty. So in office of the chairperson, we have Mr. Abdul Qadir, Ms. Shabina Akhtar, Saima Naz, Muhammad Ajmal, Mr. Tajuddin Khan, Mr. Harun Saeed, and Mr. Anil Kumar. In the seminar library, you will meet Mr. Taskeen Ahmed, Mr. Mudassir Niaz, and Mr. Nadeem Abbas. two more important offices that you will interact with is Frank and Dave Islam Entrepreneurship Incubation Center, headed by this Mr. Mohammed Maz Hussain and Mr. Aman, who has been instrumental in all in arranging even this orientation program at the back end, is also looking after this training and placement activities along with the faculty in charge and the students team in this area. Office of the Dean, we have Mr. Sayyid Shansha, Mr. Azimuddin, Mr. Muhammad Burhan, Mr. Muhammad Shafi, and Mr. Salim Ahmed. So with this introduction of my colleagues, both in academics and office, I will stop here. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for introducing the faculty members along with their expertise and their other preoccupations in the university, and also giving us an idea about who are the support staff who make our life easy and comfortable in this department. Thank you very much, sir, once again. Now let me just request Professor Mohammed Islarul Haq Sahab to do the task of introducing the ordinances and curriculum of the different courses that we are running in this department. Professor Islarul Haq Sahab, please, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
See, the curriculum part is fine, but there are certain rules and regulations for passing the exams. Those are the ugly parts. But anyhow, I'll just try and be as brief as possible. We all know the procedure for entry into the department, that it is open to graduates of all streams through the entrance test and group discussion and interviews that you have already gone through. And I congratulate you for entering the department by succeeding in the rigorous process. This course duration, as we all know, for all streams of MBA is 4 consecutive semesters. However, if somebody fails to complete in their courses in 4 semesters, they will get a maximum time limit of 8 consecutive semesters to complete it. Further, 1 year, that is 2 more semesters of grace period may be allowed by the permission of academic council on the recommendation of chairman and dean. I'll pray that none of you face either of the last 2 scenarios. To pass MBA in all streams, you have to earn a total of 120 credit. Normally, every theory paper will be 4 credits. This does not include summer internship, dissertation, and professional skill assessment, and that is part of the curriculum. All courses in the first and second semesters, that is the first year, are compulsory, whereas in the third and fourth semester, there will be combination of compulsory as well as elective courses. At the end of second semester, a summer internship of 8 weeks at a reputed business organization is compulsory part of the curriculum. The concept of major and minor specialization that is offered in the second year of MBA is only applicable to MBA Marketing, MBA Finance, MBA HR, and MBA Operations, where one can have a major in any one of the 4 areas, or it can be general management as well, or it will be minor in one area. But this is not applicable to courses of international finance, international banking, and hospital administration. The theory courses will have sessional or internal assessment of 30%, and remaining 70% will be examined at the end of the semester, called end semester examination. For industry internship, that is the training, and that one has to go through 8 weeks training, 50% weightage is allowed to a written report, and 50% weightage is given to presentation that is organized by the department to for the benefit of the students. Similarly, dissertation will also be 4 credits. It will every student has to write a dissertation at the end of the second year, but they start it early, and the weightage of evaluation for this would be 50% through the viva voce, that is dissertation viva voce, and 50% will be evaluated by the supervisors of their own. Now, once you have gone through the total procedure, the final grading that you must be aware about is 90 to 100% will be considered as O, that is 10 CGPA and outstanding. 80 to 89% will be considered as A plus, 9 CGPA, excellent. 70 to 79 will be A, 8 CGPA, very good. 60 to 69 B plus, 7 CGPA, good. 50 to 59 B, 6 CGPA, average. 40 to 49 is C, that is pass with 5 CGPA, and anybody who gets below this, that is 0 to 39, will be considered as fail, and O will be the CGPA. Similarly, there are some more acronyms that we use. I is given for the absent. X is for incomplete in certain respect. Y is for shortage of attendance, and Z any other reason that will be assigned. Now, 7 CGPA or more will be placed in first division. Less than 7, but not less than 5 CGPA will be placed in second division. We do not have the concept of third division. And any student who obtain less than 5 CGPA at the end of the part 1 examination may appear in 3 courses in the semester next year, depending on which semester that course lies. Thank you very much. This was all that I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for briefing us on the ordinances of the programs. Before we move further, may I now request Professor Salma Ahmed to formally introduce Professor Jamal Ahmed Farooqi sir to the gathering that we have today.
Thank you, Asad. It's my privilege to introduce Professor Jamal Ahmed Farooqi, who is the current chairman of the Department of Business Administration. Professor Jamal is a master in industrial engineering and a doctorate in business administration, and has been teaching papers of in the area of operations like supply chain management, total quality management, and also quantitative technique in the first year as a compulsory paper. He is a known resource person for areas like research methodology, total quality management, data analytics, and also artificial intelligence. He has short stint abroad and has exposure of having taught in universities like Sharjah, Dubai, and Muscat. He has also actively contributed to administrative tasks at the university level, central level, like he has been a member of UGC Expert Committee for University Inspection and many more such tasks. Even in the department, he has contributed actively in various administrative tasks for years, like as a tabulator and a superintendent of exams. And till almost a month back, he was holding the position for dean. Professor Jamal has many publications to his credit in prominent journals, in journals of repute. I would say he's an academic reservoir and a storage of knowledge, and I can vouch for that because we take the same paper of supply chain management for different courses. Now, students, most of the senior professors have been my teacher, in the sense that they have taught me when I was pursuing Masters of Business Administration. He has not been a teacher that way for me, but yet I have learned a lot and imbibed a lot from him. My everyday interaction, now that I'm holding, I have to work collaboratively with Jamal Saab, and it's a learning for me. Everyday interaction has been a learning for me. He has what I call clarity of thoughts. He's objective, he's meticulous and organized. And for students to note, he's very particular for following rules. So we better be careful. He has a practical and balanced approach to every problem. And the little bit of administrative task that I'm able to administer or execute today is largely because of the valuable and insightful suggestions and guidance from him. As a chairperson, as a leader, he is one who in every problem sees an opportunity, a leader who shows he cares, a leader who is willing to share the responsibility as well as the credit. That's our Professor Jamal Ahmad Farooqi. Thank you so much.
Professor Salma, thank you so much for this detailed introduction, and many of the things that I might not deserve. Thank you very much once again. आपने सारी चीजों को लग रहा है कि एक जगह करके मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन कर दिया.
It's necessary since you're the chair, sir, it's necessary to know the other side of your personality. It's necessary for the students to know.
Too much expectation from me then. Thank you. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. May I now request Professor Waleed Ahmed Ansari Sahab to give a brief about the learning resources of the department, and also some, shed some light on the mentor and mentee system that we have in the department. Professor Waleed Ahmed Ansari Sahab, please.
Assalamu alaikum. I have been given the task to tell you about the learning resources that department offers. So those who are new to this university, they may not be aware of that our university has got rich rich resources for learning. So various kind of facilities like writing club, and this I think somebody else will take up. So I will confine to only the learning related to books and other digital resources. There is central facility which we have in the form of Maulana Azad Library. Is a world-renowned university and world-renowned library. It has got 14 lakh volumes of books. It has also got a very rich collection of various manuscripts, and it's also known as at one time that the round clock, opening of the library that never sleeps. It has also got various digital resources like databases and journals. Those who wish to avail of, they can avail it by membership. So the forms are available, so they can apply electronically and they can get the membership. Then at the departmental level, we have got a seminar library wherein we have got more than around 7,000 books. And we also subscribe to more than 50 journals, and the newspapers like Economic Times and Business Standard, they are also available for reading. You can avail of this facility by using the identity card, and nowadays it's not functioning because of COVID, but there will be plenty of opportunity in the future to use the resources. In addition to this, we have got a facility which we call the book bank facility. Regarding this, notification has already been issued. This facility is available on payment, like if you pay 1,000 rupees, you can avail of, it's voluntary. And through this facility, you will receive one book each in every subject, which you have to return after the conclusion of the semester. And what we have witnessed in the last few years, that the number of students who avail of the library facilities has diminished, and also the book bank facility. So I hope that this diminishing, utilization will be arrested, and you will join, the book bank facility you will avail of, and also visit the library and get the book issued and read it. You know that overall we find that the overall the book reading has declined. Nowadays people are reading books for like sleeping pills. So you should make a distinction between a person who is eager to read a book and a person who wants to read a book when he's tired. So this is about the book bank facility. Now beyond books, there is something which you need, that not that the textbook and the class lectures others can provide. So for that we have got the institutionalization of what we call mentorship. What department does is that department assigns a faculty or industry expert, maybe an alumni, to each student, and this relationship is designed so that it leads to your professional and personal growth. And the task of this mentorship is to to guide you, so so that you can navigate the life in corporate life and also the personal life. So these are the people who have got the experience, and they share their experiences. The idea is not to be preachy, that they can provide you guidance and all that. So it is up to you to avail of, so that you can realize the full potential and develop a well-rounded personality that can place you in a good stead in corporate world and your real life also. So I think that very soon the assignment will be done regarding the allocation of the student to faculty. And just to tell you that this break of between 3 classes was designed to provide this facility when faculty acts as a mentor to the student, that if they have any issue with that, so they can approach the faculty member, and faculty member can guide them in and can at least provide some solution to the problem. Not exactly but they can discuss with them with the that offering open space for asking question and seeking some guidelines regarding that. So I think that is a very good idea, and I think that you will avail of it. So this is about the mentorship and other thing. And in the last, just I would like to argue that in the department, please try to take full advantage of the facilities which are available. And because these 2 years which you have in the department will, are the career turning, and the trajectory of your life, this will place you in a better shape. So in the end, I would like to end by reciting the couplet of Iqbal addressed to student that goes like this. खुदा तुझे किसी तूफान से आशना कर दे कि तेरी बहर की मौजों में इस्तिराब नहीं. खुदा तुझे किसी तूफान से आशना कर दे कि तेरी बहर के मौजों में इस्तिराब नहीं. तुझे किताब से मुमकिन नहीं फराख कि तू किताब खां है मगर साहिब किताब नहीं. If I can translate it roughly is, may you come across some storm in your life as the sea of your life is devoid of commotion. There is no escape for you from the book, as you are the reader of the book, not the writer of the book. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Your advice is well taken. With this, may I now request Professor Parvez Talib Sahab to brief the students about the FDIM Entrepreneurship and Incubation Center. Professor Parvez Talib Sahab.
Thank you, Dr. Asad. So I'll continue from where Dr. Waleed has left. And I too would endorse his views, that is, people who read are the people who lead. And he also talked about the storms in the life. Actually, at this career stage, you have two options to get into. You can be a job seeker after MBA, or you could be a job creator. So the road diverges from this point. And as somebody very rightly said, I took the road less traveled by, and that made the entire difference. So today our department is proud of many of our alumni, but we are more proud of those who have made it big in the field of entrepreneurship. Whether it is Taab Siddiqui, Wali Saab's batchmate, she is now one of the largest bread manufacturer in the country. The company's name is Harvest Gold, you know. Or Ziaul Islam Khan Sherwani, who runs this company called Cordova, and it has surpassed even Oxford in the school books segment. So we have our students who have made it big. And there is one more thing: when you create jobs, actually you create wealth also. And this also we have experienced at the department level. Javed Saab was talking about this project, and Jamal Saab also made a mention of it, that this 18 crore building project, which we could do, and which has now become a new pride of the university. Out of those 18 crores, almost 80% of the funds were contributed by entrepreneurs, including this Frank Islam's contribution, major donation, which he made to the department. Amir Bhai, he talked about. This fellow Ziaul Islam Khan Sherwani contributed 10 lakhs. So entrepreneurs have played a big role for our department. And now it has it's a priority area of the government also, as is evident from various policies and policy pronouncements that we have. So our department also took note of this, and in fact, not only department, but there is a realization at the university level also. So we created this entrepreneurship center, incubation center in 2018, October 2018, when Vice Chancellor inaugurated it. And this activity got a major flip again because of Dr. Frank Islam. And when he made that donation to our university, he said, I want more Frank Islams to come out of this department. So he committed 2.5 crores as corpus for entrepreneurship. And that has helped us very significantly to launch entrepreneurship activities in our department. And yes. So we have after this was in some disturbance.
Please switch off your mics.
So I was talking about the start of entrepreneurship center in our department in 2018, and now we are in the process of formally launching a special purpose vehicle, as it is called, a separate legal entity which will work under the department, and that will help us streamline the entrepreneurship activities in the department further. There are some projects which are already underway despite, COVID related constraints and we not able to meet the students offline. But even then, there are 3 projects I would like to mention which are on, and you can, try your luck in any of these if you are interested. One is a project which we started 4 years back for reviving it's a social entrepreneurship project for reviving this dying art of Aligarh, which is called Apply craft. What in traditional parlance we call patti work. It is one of the pride of Aligarh, and especially our lady participants in this program would know how it is valued even outside Aligarh. So we did some tits and bits on that account, but Professor Aisha and Dr. Lame got a major funding from the government, Ministry of Textiles, and they could get 1.5 crores for this activity for training Apply craft worker. But how it is linked to entrepreneurship? Actually, our idea is that we will become the marketing arm of those people who are trained and then who are able to produce this stuff. And many times what they lack is the marketing and design support. So once they get it, it would become a major social entrepreneurship idea, and we will be able to revive a traditional craft, and we will be able to make it reach out to the outside world. So that's one project. The second project which we are working on is called Actually Healthy, and this is again a economic project, in the sense that our aim is to help 2 group of people. One, the growers, the quality growers who are growing things using natural processes, what in Hindustani we call Javik Kheti. But many times they are not able to get remunerative prices for their produce. Then on the other hand, we have consumers who are at the receiving end, and you all know what kind of health problems our society is faced with because of that. So we are trying to bridge that gap, and our inspiration is Amul, what Amul did to the milk, one of the agri product. We want that this model should be replicated. And we have another model of Mumbai Grahak Panchayat, which serves around 40,000 families in Mumbai. So that's the second project. Then I'm very happy to share with you that there is a project which has been, which is at the pre-incubation stage. And that's an idea of, creating a blockchain studio. And this would then become a kind of forum, or it will provide a framework wherein multiple projects of blockchains can be undertaken. And you'll be surprised that this is done by a student of BA psychology, and Dr. Faraz is guiding it. So we have, I hope, in a lot, we have young and daring ones who want to take up the road less traveled by. And if you feel that these 2 years of your tenure in the department, you can utilize for trying out some of those ideas, the Entrepreneurship Center is there to help you. And I am there. In fact, then many of my colleagues are interested in this activity. Dr. Aisha is there. Dr. Asif Ali Sayyed, Professor Jamaz has already introduced. He has good exposure to entrepreneurship education. Then we have our young colleagues, Dr. Faraz and Lame. But most importantly, we have been able to, who is a pass out of the department. In 2000, he passed out, Mr. Maz Hussain, and he served the industry for 15 odd years. Now we have been able to get his services as incubation manager. So he is the linchpin of all these resources I've mentioned. So if you are inclined, or if you have some ideas, or if you want to be part of the ideas which I've already shared, do visit the department or contact Mr. Mas, and he'll be able to help you. And then you can become wealth as well as job creators. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was a very wonderful description of the facility that we have and the ongoing projects that are the initiatives of the department. And I really urge the students to look forward to making the best use of this facility. Thank you once again. And taking the program further, let me now invite Professor Mohammed Naved Khan Sahab to, give you an idea about creating small projects. I mean, that's the best way to, link the learning and putting the learning into the practice. Professor Naved Khan Sahab.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all of you. Is my presentation visible to you in full mode, full screen mode?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me start. In fact, I have been given the task of sharing with you something about small projects on which we can work. But before that, I'd like to share with you the context in which, in fact, I wish to share my ideas on this. So, see, when we talk of projects, see, how does it fit in? Because we are nowadays being ranked by various organizations, and on your screens, I think you must, it must be visible to you that I have shared some of the rankings that our university has, obtained from various organizations. The first one is from Shanghai rankings or academic ranking of the world universities, 2000, all out for 2021. So see, we are ranked somewhere around 8 and 9 jointly with VIT Vellore, and we are in the band of 801 to 900. We are among the top universities now in the country. As far as the ARIA rankings, which is for innovation, we are placed in the band excellent, and we are among the topmost as far as all the central universities in the country are concerned. And please remember that even the IITs are participating in this particular ranking, and in fact in all the rankings. And then in the NRF rankings, we are currently placed 10th. And if you look at individual units which are participating, see, our architecture department is ranked 13th, law is ranked 11th, medical is ranked 15th, engineering is 35th, and management is among the top 50. Right now we are at 49th. And remember that when we are talking of ranking in management especially, all the IIMs, they are also part of this. So all the top ranks, nearly up to top 30 ranks, are being occupied nearly every year by the IIMs and other units which are much smaller and which are more funded, which have a lot of funding from various government bodies and other institutions. And as far as the NAAC grade is concerned, we are currently graded A. Of course, we have gone in for a review. We are very hopeful that this grading will significantly improve. Now, let me come to specifically the NRF rankings, because I like to discuss more something about where exactly we are and what we can do to improve our rankings. So NRF ranks all the universities, as universities also, and overall also. Overall means the universities and institutes, they are ranked together. In as far as the university rankings are concerned, we have a separate ranking being provided by NRF where all the universities are being ranked. So I'll share with you where exactly we stand. In fact, I shared we are at 10th. In overall rankings in India, among all the institutions, we are ranked 18th. If you look at, you see NRF, the top institutions, for example, the top institution in this case is IISc, that is Indian Institute of Science. So in fact, there is no comparison, because in fact, in certain ways, we are trying to compare apples and oranges, because Indian Institute of Science, it's much smaller if you compare in terms of the student base and in terms of the resources. They have lots of resources. We don't have. They are heavily funded by the government also, which we are not. Then if you look at the India rankings vis-a-vis management, so the top ranked is IIM Ahmedabad, And the one which is slightly closer to us, so I'd like to just share more about that. If you look at, for example, you see our in this case Banaras Hindu University, for example, the score which it has is 47.89, and the score that we have is 46.64. So you can make out how close we are. I don't know whether this is visibility or not, but on the screen I've tried to highlight the ranking for AMU, which is in the last row. So the if you look at the score, 47.64 is for AMU and 47.89 is for BHU, and similarly the difference between the scores is very less. So this means that there is a lot of scope for improvement as far as we are concerned in these rankings. So if you go slightly deeper, you will find that we are being ranked on teaching and learning, on research and professional practice, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. Perception, we can't do anything because they don't. We have no role to play. Outreach and inclusivity, of course, that basically pertains to, if you look at individual parameters in teaching learning, the student strength, including the doctoral strengths, the faculty student ratio, the combined metrics for faculty and PhD, so, and the financial resources. So in fact, in most of the cases, if you compare, you will note that the financial resources, this particular criteria or this sub-metric, central institutions in general, they are lagging because we are not that much funded if you compare it with the ISCs and the IIMs and the IITs. So in fact, most of the time, most of the central universities and state-funded universities, be it central universities or the other universities, they are in some ways lagging behind because of the issue with financial resources, because generally these resources are divided by the number of students that we have. If you look at from the entire university point of view, or if you look at from the point of view of our department, so whatever resources or whatever amount of money we are spending annually for the last 3 years, they will be dividing by the number of students that we have. And again, institutions like AMU and in general the universities which are funded by the government, which are other than IITs and IIMs, we tend to lag behind as far as this particular metric is concerned. Then in research and professional practice, in fact, our performance has been very good. And in fact, our performance has been better than, let me just take you to a comparison. See, if you look at IIM, in case of research and professional practice, they have a grading of around, or a score of around 65, and SP Jan has a score of around 22.40, BHU has a score of 27, whereas we have a score of 36. And I'm talking of management, not the entire university. So you can make out very clearly that as far as research and professional practice is concerned, which is in fact one of our fortes, we are not lagging behind in as far as even the top institutions in the country are concerned. But of course, there are other metrics. For example, GO means graduation outcome, OI means outreach and inclusivity. Perception, I've told you that we have no role to play because generally they're asking the employers and the academic peers to rank other institutions. So employers, basically their ranking would depend upon how you perform in their organizations. So in that way, you can contribute that if you are a dedicated employee, if you are a diligent employee. So generally what happens is that when the employers are approached, for example, regarding the students who have graduated from AMU, and if they give a positive feedback, then the university benefits, the department benefits. But I like to focus more on the RPC, or research and professional practice. So if you look at research and professional practice on your screens, I think it must be visible to you that we have something which is known as average annual research funding earnings. That is what we are earning from the research, sponsored research projects. These projects can be small, these projects can be large. So what I have been noting, because I'm connected with the ranking, and I have been studying the rankings which other institutions have got, also specifically the management institutions. So what I've been noting is that in case of sponsored projects, the students also are contributing significantly in case of other institutions which are top ranked institutions. So it doesn't mean that only the faculty members can get a project. Even the students, for example, students like you, you will be here with us for the next 2 years. So you also can contribute by getting projects. And of course, by now, I think after being part of this orientation program, and in the days to come, you will come to know about the domains in which each of the faculty member is working, and what kind of expertise they hold. And if as a students you can, for example, get sponsored projects, of course the whatever sum you will be getting, it will not go directly into your pocket or into the pocket of the faculty member. It will be going first into the accounts of the university, and it is not that there will be any hassles. So once you get a sponsored project, it means that there is some kind of entity, there is some organization which is funding that particular research. So the research, it doesn't mean that it will always be a research which is, say, the grant is around 1 crore, or for example 50 lakhs. It can be even small grants, for example 50,000, it can be 1 lakh. So what I have noted is that if, for example, even if you have a small grant, say of 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, 20,000 rupees, if you multiply it by the number of students that we have, so this amount can turn into a significant amount, and it can play a very important role in the ranking of our institution, that is the university at the university level, and also as far as the ranking of the department itself is concerned. So it is not that, in any way, it's a very difficult thing. We can, for example, get projects related to developing a website. It can be related to employee appraisal system. It can be related to, for example, writing a project or project proposal for some organization. It can be connected to strategy. It can be, for example, development of some kind of new service, some new ideas, some suggestions that you have. For example, it can be a market survey. Market surveys can be large, they can be small. We can go for development of a new product. We can go for improvement of existing information system. For example, we can work on this for example for any organization. So these are the various areas in which we can work. And it is not that you see that our department in any way has been lagging behind during the last several years. If you look at the scores that we have got for the last, say I've tried to compare for 3 years, 2019, 2020, 2021, you will find that our overall score has been going up. We have improved from 43.23 to 47.64. But still what has been happening is that the rank has been slightly, there has been a slight fall, minor fall in that. And I think this fall can be very effectively arrested if we all join hands together. And if, for example, one of the things that is expected from all of you is that all of you should be graduating in the minimum possible time, because this plays a very important role. See, in the graduation outcomes, what happens is that in the B metric that we have, where we are being assigned 20 marks and overall ranking weight is significant, that is around 0.2 in the grading. So it is related to how much time you are taking to graduate. So if, for example, you graduate within the minimum possible time period, that is within 2 years, just the time that you are expected to graduate, so you will again be contributing as far as this metric is concerned. And if you get a good placement, if you go in for higher studies, that also benefits the institution in the sense that it will be reflected in the metric. Then last some metric that we have before us is the median salary. So the more the salary that you get, for example, when you pass out, when you join an organization, be it through campus placement or otherwise, then again it benefits the institution. So in case of most of the metrics, you will find that you as students, you are an important stakeholder, you are an important part of this entire grading system, entire ranking that we are going in for, be it at the national level or be it at the international level. So my suggestion to all of you would be that we should all try to work hard, and we should try to see to it that we are able to graduate in the minimum possible time. We are able to lend a helping hand to our department or to our faculty, to our university, as far as getting any kind of project funding is concerned. So it can be a sponsored project. And of course, as far as faculty is concerned, we also are working very hard to get projects. Already you have been introduced to this idea that there are faculty members who are working in projects which have significant funding from the government institutions. And of course, as far as the last part of this is concerned, even if you look at from the point of view of perception, so if you work hard, if, for example, you join an organization, you perform well. So again, your feedback from that organization would be good and it will benefit us. With this, I'd like to thank you and I wish best of luck to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Naved Sahab, for highlighting the need of the small projects and how it can help the students as well as the faculty in their professional growth, as well as in contributing towards better ranking for the university. Thank you once again. I hope the message is clear to all the students. With this, now I'll request Professor Aisha Farooq to brief the gathering about the extracurricular activities and the different facilities that we have on the campus. Professor Aisha Farooq.
Thank you, Dr. Asad. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I've been given the task of telling you about the activities outside the classroom. So it is a fact that when students are engaged in the community, university and departmental activities, there's a good possibility they will do something similar later in life. So any activity in which you actively and constructively participate will help you grow. So that's why beyond the classroom, we have events falling under broad categories of extracurricular and co-curricular activities. I'll talk about the opportunities provided by the department. Apart from these, universities also provides for various activities where our students can participate. Extension initiatives of the department instill leadership characteristics, discipline, time management, coordination, and understanding of community problems in students. Through several committees, department's extension activities help students better grasp environmental awareness, department's activities and social challenges, and financial understanding. The co-curricular and extracurricular committees of the department plan management, cultural, sports, and personality development programs. Under the guidance of faculty members, students are the key part to plan and organize various events. The students of the department organize Management Fest, ASAS, every year. This 3-4 days event is open to all departments of the university. The event is sponsored by business houses of Aligarh and neighboring areas, and the funds are raised by the students only. Many AMU students from all courses participate in this huge event, setting up stalls and showcasing their talent and skills. Over the years, the DBA has organized ASAS that brings together enjoyment, knowledge, creativity, and innovation among students. Since its beginning, DBA's annual Management Fest has consistently brought the top talents in the department to the fore. The committee's efforts aren't limited to ASAS only. It also encourages students to participate in sports and physical fitness through various sports activities. Every year, the committee members plan the year's activities and methods to boost the department's budding sports performance. Personality development, which is crucial in a student's professional and personal life, is the committee's most significant task. It makes a student more disciplined, punctual, and valuable to both the department and their eventual profession. As early as the first day of MBA orientation program, that is today, you are taught that MBA is not about classrooms and that your whole personality is crucial to the MBA program. In the long run, an undisciplined student has a hard time surviving. So it is necessary that because you are the disciplined one and taking each and every activity which is being provided by the department very seriously and carefully. So now the co-curricular activities which the department provides are clubbed under professional skills assessment, which is an evaluated activity. So this is a part other than the extracurricular activities apart from ASAS and sports programs. You are required to opt for any one of the committees offered by the department. The professional skills assessment aims to challenge the students' potential and provide them the thinking process and situation handling skills by exposing to a long range of co-curricular activities. This component, that is PSA, ensures that you are well equipped with the soft skills to take the professional career holistically. PSA aims to develop problem-solving skills, creative skills, social and interpersonal skills, communication skills, and action orientation for the activities and the day's activities and the programs, as well as the departments' activities which are being provided under various heads. This PSA basically attempts to bring out the leader in you. That is, how can you behave as a leader and how can you mold your personality and groom your leadership skills. It also empowers the students to work in a team and groom your interpersonal skills also. So PSA, that is an important component of your curricular program, enables you to achieve goals and targets and follow deadlines. So that is very important, that in whatever field you go, when you join the profession, you are able to like dedicated to the work. You are able to show your commitment towards the task, whatever it has been given to you. So that is the basic purpose of PSA activities. So these skill sets which I am talking about shall be assessed through the activities of different committees and Alumni Affairs Committee, Community Outreach, website and social media, personality assessment, mentoring, Eco Club, and Entrepreneurship Club, to name a few. So these committees would be there. Please keep in mind that PSA is a 2 credits course that is beyond the classroom, that is outside the classroom. So these activities are outside the classroom, but then it is a 2 credits course comprised of 50 marks for first year. And 40% marks shall be allocated to the students' performance and participation in round-year activities under various committees, alumni affairs, or mentoring, or eco club, or entrepreneurship committees, etc. So 40% marks shall be allocated to the students' performance and your participation in the round-year activities. The grades of PSA, be very clear that grades of PSA shall get reflected in your second semester mark sheet, and in 4th semester mark sheet after the second year, that would be another component of 100 marks. So be very careful with this. So go beyond the classroom is a serious matter also, and that's why make full use of it and try to groom yourself, try to get professional skills, so which would be helping you when you join the corporate world, or if you decide to be the entrepreneur, or as the Parvez sir talked about, be the employment generator or giver. I believe that students will participate actively in various activities and transform themselves into true professionals with balanced personalities. That is the idea behind different extracurricular and co-curricular activities, to create a balanced personality out of you. In the end, or I will end with the words of the Robert Frost, which keep motivating me to fulfill my professional responsibilities till date. So I leave you with these words, a couplet from Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you very much. I end here.
Thank you, ma'am. I sincerely hope that the normalcy is restored and our campus is back with the colors and the vibrancy of extracurricular activities and the PSAs, all these things. I'm sure, I really am very hopeful that this batch is the harbinger of, normalcy being restored all over the world, not just to the campus, all over the world. And yeah, with these words, I now request Professor Fizat Masumazmi, I request her to highlight the literary activities and more importantly, the training and placement activities and the training and placement team. Professor Fizat Masumazmi.
Thank you, Dr. Asad. Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Please allow me to share a few slides that would help students to understand what exactly right. You can see the slide?
Yes, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I've been given this responsibility of sharing with you about the literary activities of the department and also the placement and internship related activities of the department. So I'll begin with the literary activities first. The department has an active literary committee or literary club, and the students of this club have been organizing various kinds of events, as part of the various activities of this club. So primarily, the activities of the literary club can be considered to be two-pronged. One is organizing various kinds of literary events, and the other is an e-mag that the department publishes. Now, as part of the literary activities, the committee organizes various events like debating, quizzing, creative writing, self-composed poems, elocution, poetry recitation, public speaking, and so on. And these events are organized for the department as well as for students outside the department. In fact, before the pandemic happened, we were, in the process of organizing an inter-institution, inter-varsity event on a bigger scale, but then somehow things got disrupted. But that idea continues, and I hope once we are back in full strength in the department, I'm sure the new batch which is here will take forward this responsibility of organizing these events on a bigger scale and inviting students from other institutions and other universities as well. Literary activities, are an integral part of any student's personality development. They enable you to interact, to speak on a public fora. They enable you to develop those skills that are really needed, especially for management students, skills of public speaking, skills of writing, skills of discussion, debating. All of these are inherently very, very critical skills, and I'm sure you as students will take active participation in these literary activities, not just in participation, but also in organizing these activities and involving students of other departments and universities in that. Another very critical activity that the literary club carries out is publication of what we call an e-mag, an electronic magazine, but interestingly, our students have worked very hard and they have been able to even print the e-mag in the last years. This magazine is called as Harf. For those who might not know, Harf is an Urdu word that means letter, a letter of a word. Letters form words and words can change the world. That is the idea behind this, this e-magazine. This e-magazine is basically a platform for students to, write their minds, their hearts out, to speak about themselves, about what they feel, related to various management topics and other issues which they cover in these magazines. Including articles and poems and features and many other things which are part of this magazine. It's totally a magazine which is the content and everything, the design, everything is done by the students. So it's completely a student driven thing that we have. The printing, the publishing, everything is done by the students themselves. They generate sponsorships, give ads in the magazine, and through that the cost of the magazine is covered. So this is an activity that we have seen we've been doing for the past few years. These are just sample images of the cover pages of different Harf editions that we've had in the past. And I'm very hopeful that this new batch will like to take this forward, and we expect that they will come up with even better content and better versions of Harf in the future. You know, the magazines were released in the past by the Vice Chancellor, and this is just the recent picture of the editorial committee that we had in the department. Another critical and very important activity that you need to be aware of is the activity related to internship and placement. A compulsory component of your MBA program is 6 to 8 weeks summer training or internship. We called it summer training because the trainings used to be held in the summer vacations. Of course, because of COVID, some problems were there in organizing it in the summer, so they have spilled over, but typically it's a summer training. Students carry out a specific management project in an organization of repute, and through this project, they gain practical insights into the working of the organization. And the organization also gets an opportunity to understand the capability and the worth of students, so that in future, if the organization wishes, they can extend placement offers to these students. So this is a compulsory component of your MBA program.
I think the voice is gone.
Yeah, there's some problem with the voice. You just wait for a few minutes. Professor Fizar, can we have you back on? I mean, if you want to continue, because if is the problem sorted?
Not audible. सर कुछ आवाज नहीं आ रही उनकी फिजा की.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I just wanted to hear it from her. If you would like to continue.
हाँ, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या हुआ, टेक्निकल वजह रही क्या रही, कुछ मतलब आवाज नहीं आ रही उनकी.
Right, sir. So if can we move on?
हाँ, मेरे ख्याल से देखिए कौन सलमा है या जमाल साहब से बात की.
अच्छा, एक बार चाहे तो फोन से या मैसेज से पूछ ले.
नहीं, मैं कर रहा हूँ, चलिए मैं फोन करके देखता हूँ.
If she is over, then you can move.
नहीं, स्पीकर ऑन करके मैं फोन कर रहा हूँ, आप भी सुन लीजिएगा तो मालूम हो जाएगा क्या बेल जा रही है उनको. मेरे लोगों ने भी बहुत छोड़ना शुरू कर दिया. जमाल साहब आप देखिए सिर्फ 70 के करीब लोग रहे हैं, 70-75.
जी. मैं
वक्तन फवक्तन नोट करता रहता हूँ इसी क्लास की वजह से भी. एक वक्त 146 से करीब हमारी स्ट्रेंथ थी, अब वो कम होकर 130 हो गई, फिर और हो गई. और अब जो है लगता है लोगों को जुमे की नमाज की ज़्यादा फिक्र है, तो अब इसे तैयारी करने चले गए. पिता तो फ़ोन नहीं उठा रहे, दूसरे फ़ोन पे करता हूँ.
जमाल सर, जावेद सर, ये प्रोफेशनल एटीट्यूड किस तरह से डेवलप हो सकता है? इतना पीएसए की बात भी हो जाती है।
अब देखिए, आप ये सब टीचर्स तैयार करके आए, इनके अपने इंटरेस्ट के लिए इनको मालूम होना चाहिए क्या है। नाउ नॉट मोर देन 70 आर देयर, उसमें से टीचर्स को निकाल दीजिए 15,
जिसमें से कि इतने लोग तो हम ही हैं।
नहीं 15 टीचर्स निकाल दीजिए, 15-16 तो 50 भी बच्चे नहीं हैं सेकंड ईयर के। अगर सारे लोग, सॉरी फर्स्ट ईयर के भी अगर सारे लोग,
whole idea of having PSA was just to bring seriousness.
Is not answering. Please call again later. आप जिस व्यक्ति को कॉल कर रहे हैं वह अभी कॉल नहीं ले पा रहे हैं।
वो फोन भी नहीं उठा रहे हैं, कोई और वजह होगी, टेक्निकल कुछ और वजह हो सकती।
Okay, so then we can continue. Yes, we can continue. Just drop a message to Fiza, I think that.
नहीं मैंने,
हेलो
सर मैंने मैसेज भेजा है।
हेलो
ये जी जी नवीद सर,
अस्सलामुअलैकुम। मैं से ऑनलाइन आ गई हूँ, कुछ टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम थी।
I'm connected, I think, and I'm really sorry for.
नहीं आ गई, आवाज आ गई आपकी।
I'm really sorry for all this disturbance and inconvenience. I don't know where I left because I continued speaking. Can you please guide me, Asad sir, where I left?
आप समर ट्रेनिंग के बारे में
you were talking about the final placement.
Right. I'll very quickly summarize the key aspects. So the placement. So I was I think discussing about placement.
Final placement.
Right. So placement is typically, as you all know, the most critical activity, and the department has an active placement cell that works closely with the General Placement Office of the university, and it regularly organizes placement drives for the students. We will be holding a separate session for the students regarding internship and placement related activities, where we'll brief you about all the details. So don't worry, I might have got disconnected, but we'll share all these details with you in a later session. Placement committee members are selected from both the first and the second year, whose key activities include reaching out to corporates for summer internship and final placement, preparing placement brochures, organizing campus placement drives, and so on. And the placement teams in the department have worked actively even during the pandemic, and they have helped in getting internship and placement opportunities for the students. So despite all the disturbances that we had during the pandemic, our team has worked very actively, and we have been able to get internship and placement offers even during this time. We are also making special efforts for specialized streams of MBA Islamic Finance and Health Administration, Hospital Administration. So we are looking for, we have been able to get specialized training opportunities and placement opportunities for these students. And interestingly, many of our students, they get pre-placement offers during the internship itself. So if you do a good training, you have a chance of getting placed in those organizations. So we have these placement brochures, which I'm sure the committee will start working on, and we want active participation from the first year students to start working on the placement brochure. We have an impressive list of recruiters in the past, and we would expect that the list becomes even more impressive in the future. So I would sum by saying, quoting what our founder Sir Syed said, national progress is the sum total of an individual's labor, honor, honesty, and sympathy. And similarly, national downfall is the cumulative result of our laziness, dishonesty, selfishness, and other weaknesses of character. So I'm sure you will utilize this 2 years to the utmost, get the maximum out of these 2 years, and put in your best efforts for your betterment, for the betterment of the department and the betterment of the university. And on a lighter note, we don't want you to do this or become like this. So I'm sure you will take note of this. And with that, I'd like to end my talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. That was cool. So now let's hear it from the passing out batch students, what exactly they have been through in the, during the trial, during this, their, stint with the Department of Business Administration. For this, I will now invite Fatma Zainab Bilgrami and Talha Jamal Khan. Talha is here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Asad, please request them to be brief, because we have one pre-submission seminar also in waiting. So it would be better if they are brief in their.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll try our best.
Well,
Assalamu alaikum.
almost 2 hours.
May I start, sir?
Sure, please.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to one and all. First of all, I'd like to welcome and congratulate the new members to the FMSR family. I'm sure you all must be filled with great zeal as well as doubts. And since our dearest teachers have mostly briefed about all the things, I just take a couple of minutes to share my insights and experiences, which I hope might help you in some way. You to work more independently. Unfortunately, we only experience the online mode, but as surprising as it sounds, for me at least, I have experienced and observed a drastic growth in my personality during this 1 year. And I hope that you realize this as well during the towards the end of your MBA. So you all must be having different aspirations and goals regarding this MBA program, I'm sure. But if there was something that I would have liked to know when I was at your place, looking back, I think it would be how important it was to strike a balance between the MBA curriculum and whilst having a hands-on experience in the professional world. Just a humble suggestion that I'd like to give, that learn as much as you can and have your conceptual knowledge strong, because only that is going to help you in the near future, regardless of your goals. And try to do your best in participating in all the activities, and don't just study for the marks. That won't help you in the long run. We have such amazing, wonderful helping teachers. Learn from them, take their guidance in the best way possible. And as the famous saying goes by Mr. Theodore Roosevelt, believe you can do anything and you're halfway there. So believe in yourself, and I'm sure you guys will do great. And most importantly, enjoy while it lasts and make amazing memories to look back to. We seniors are always there for you, wishing you all the best. And I'd like, Talha, if you'd like to add something to this.
Yeah. So assalamu alaikum to all my teachers and my juniors here. My experience over the past year has been a life-changing one. Not only have I learned important concepts in the various fields of management, I've also learned how to present myself professionally, the value of time management, the skill to handle stress, and the importance of managing multiple tasks at once. Steve Jobs used to say, stay hungry, stay foolish. And my juniors, that is exactly what I ask of you. Push yourself to excel in all fields. Prioritize the concepts you learn in your classes. Try to look for certification courses that supplement your studies. Volunteer to shoulder responsibilities within the department. The only regret you will ever have after a year or two is not pushing yourself to achieve more. I've learned in this department that hard work beats talent, and I ask you to spend the next 18 to 20 months pushing yourself to the limits. Corporate interviews grill you in your areas of your studies, so I request you to take classroom learning very serious. Trust you me, the teachers in this department are some of the most caring and most approachable. We are lucky to have such great teachers and inspirational role models to guide us through and through. Khalid sir, Javed sir, Waleed sir, Israr sir, Parvez Talib sir, Salma ma'am, Sabuhi ma'am, Fiza ma'am, Naved sir, Asif Ali sir, Lame sir, Asad sir. I apologize if I've forgotten someone else's name. They have all of them have their own methods of teaching, and I request you all to listen very carefully to their classes. Not only do they teach you educational concepts, they also continually keep imparting life lessons through the classes. Some of the great sayings by our teacher that I remember are, it is your attitude that determines your altitude. As a student of another quote that I'd like to share is, as a student of management, you should be able to give results, not reasons. I would have gone on, but I'd just like to conclude by thanking all our teachers that have been present here for over the past 18 months, for over the past year for us. Thank you, sir and madam, for battling through COVID 1 week and turning up to teach us the next week. Thank you, sir and madam, for staying strong through the losses of your loved ones and being there for teaching us the next morning. Thank you, sir and madam, for sacrificing your summer vacations and teaching us for 3 continuous semesters so that we could finish our 4th semester on time, and be ready for a corporate job. Thank you, sir and madam, for never letting our learning stop, no matter what the hurdle may have been. I'd just like to quote the great American thinker and author, Dr. Orison Swett. He said, "Deep within a man dwell those slumbering powers that would astonish him, that he never dreamed of possessing, forces that would revolutionize his life if aroused and put into action." That is it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Talha. Thank you, Zainab, for those words straight from your heart. They were really encouraging for all of us, and I'm sure that the message is well communicated to all. I would like to quote Emily Dickinson here. Hope is the thing with feathers. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. So with these words, may I now request Dr. Zareen Hussain Farooq for the thanks.
Thank you, sir. Respected Dean, Faculty
Sorry,
of Management.
Just a minute.
Yes,
Before we finish, there is a pre-submission seminar. This is information, a reminder for all my colleagues. Just after this, we'll be switching over to the next link for pre-submission seminar. Thank you. Yes, please, Zareen. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Respected Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Research, respected Chairman, Department of Business Administration, my dear teachers, colleagues, and students, good morning and Assalamu alaikum. I, on behalf of the Dean and Chairman, extend a sincere vote of thanks to all the faculty members of the department for their gracious presence. I express my gratitude to all speakers for enlightening the newly admitted students about the varied facilities and opportunities available to them during these 2-year courses. I'm thankful to technical support staff of the department for their assistance in conducting this orientation program virtually. I also thank all first and final year students who have attended this orientation program. A special thanks to those who have shared their experiences. Finally, I once again thank all who are present in this online orientation program. Thank you. Now we have come to the end of this program, and I request all the participants to kindly turn on their videos for group photos.
So, Asad, is this over? Hello?
Yes, just the photograph is being taken, I think. Zareen will be taking the photograph.
Yes, the picture has been taken.
All the participants, please switch on your video.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Teachers and seniors.
For very beautifully conducting this program. Thank you, Asad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Everybody. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for attending the program. I think we call it a day today.
Ma'am, chai ke liye kahan aana hai?
Yes.
Where do we have to come for tea?
Their department, we are very much here.
Okay.
Teachers.
We'll meet soon, inshallah, in department.
Can I close the meeting? Hello.